Do you ever wonder what mistakes 2100s make in rapid games? We're about to find out. Let's jump on in. I have found that my biggest problem is I take too much time. Obviously, I have other issues as well, but one of the big issues is that I take quite a bit of time. So we're going to try not blitz everything out, but just we're going to be quick in the moments that we have to. Yeah, easier said than done. Okay, so b5 might be an option here. I haven't played against this Khan variation too many times, but for me, c4 makes sense. If there's a check, we block. If the bishop comes here, then I assume coming here is okay. I don't see any follow-ups there. So c4 just kind of holds these pushes here. Okay, coming in, attacking the knight in a way. I'll probably just develop here. If they take, it gives me an opportunity to bring my queen in the center. Okay, so this is the idea when now if I play bishop here, this is obviously going to be for free. So some moves I'm considering here is knight here to stop the queen from coming. Also taking may be an option. Takes, here. This looks reasonable as well. We could play here, or maybe not. I think taking or knight here has to be an option. If we go knight here, they double our pawns. If we take here, we do somewhat strengthen their center. But I think I'll take. They may take us first. I doubt it though. Okay, and now bishop d2 seems like the right move here. Because if we play here, maybe they'll come here, and we're just gonna go queen c2 then. Oh no, too many ideas to consider. Even queen g4 going after this pawn. Although I do think knight out and rook over. You know what? Let's go bishop d2. This makes sense. If they take, we can stop our pawns from being doubled. Keep it simple. Keep it nice and simple. Okay, bishop e2 or d3. Let's think. What makes more sense? Putting a bishop on d3 does mean it's undefended, which is always something to be cautious of. Maybe they're trying to go for a push here. I think they're definitely going for a push here. We could even play a3 if they take. They try and push. They could take with the knight. There will be this one on. I'm going to play a3. I'm going to play a3 just to see how they respond to this. So definitely the fact that they've come back here is me now considering b4. We've used way too much time. So I'm just going to play b4 and we're just going to go for it. Because right now I have 7 minutes to 9 minutes, which just does not seem very good. Okay, what is the threat now? Are they going for this push? I'm considering bringing the bishop possibly here. If they come here, then we can come here. It also allows for another attacker of this square, the queen. So if they go push, okay, you know what? Bishop b2 is going to be blitzed out straight away. Okay, this is a line that I can put my bishop on. That's a square that the bishop can move to. Okay, let's consider if I take, maybe they'll take here to open up the bishop. Takes. Okay, well, I'm going to take because otherwise I'm going to be sitting here for the next few minutes trying to calculate. We're going to take. When in doubt, take. Okay, now they're left with an isolated pawn, so I am considering bishop d4. What about even queen d4? Is that a bit too crazy? That probably is a bit too crazy. We may have to deal with this annoying move. They go here. This pawn is going to be alone. You know what? I think we're gonna castle. Okay, a bishop here to support the pawn, developing a piece, makes a buttload of sense to me. Now, knight a4 coming to c5 is potentially an idea. If we go here, can't bring bishop here. If they try go bishop here, I think we still chuck our knight in here anyway. Okay, we're going for it. We are going for it. Queen here may also be an option. F4, G3. Okay, queen d6 is definitely a move that they're considering here. I was also thinking queen b8, but I didn't think they would play queen b8. So that's very interesting. Okay, instinct is to play h3. If they sack, well then I doubt they're gonna do that. But that means that'll be a bit exciting. Ultimate aim is to still come here. Maybe the square's a little bit weak now. Or not weak, but a potential future target. You never know. Okay, rook e8. Rook e8. That is interesting. I'm going to just bring my knight in because, again, I do not have much time here. So we have to start playing smarter, not harder. Harder, not smarter. Bishop here. What is the purpose? My opponent's playing very, very quickly. We can just take here. I really don't see anything wrong with that. I was thinking rook here. In fact, that might actually be an opportunity. How can they protect this? How can they protect this? They could push. But in that case, I still come here and win a piece. Can they run away with this bishop somewhere? Maybe here. Okay, you know what? Take the pawn. Just take the pawn. Just take the free thing when you can take it. Because I have learned too many times if I try and get clever, I just get in trouble. Every single time. Every single time. Wow. Okay. It is happening. It is all happening. They sacrificed the rook, which I'm a bit surprised at. Okay, knight here. What is this achieving? If I play here, maybe... We can also take this pawn now, because the knight's not defending this pawn anymore. Are there any threats? Possibly. Possibly. We're going to have to dance around with the queen a bit, but you know what? A free pawn is a free pawn. This is on... If they come here, maybe we can try just trade off the queens. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, bishop here. Shall we try trade off the queens, or is that foolish? You know what? We have 3 minutes. If I see a move that doesn't instantly lose, it's going to be played. It's going to be played. Wow, they resigned as I was editing my camera. They resigned. Okay, I mean, it makes sense. They did sack the exchange. Well, let's have a look at how this game was played. So we've got the game review up. I played at 91.2%, which is always, you know, nice to see. It was a bit of a shorter game, so naturally the accuracy is probably going to be a bit higher. We played at 2550, which is also not the worst thing to see. Let's have a look. So it started off pretty normal, as these things do. C4, we got the Maroxy bind set up here, which I quite like because it does make it a little bit tricky for black to push in the center, but they did push in the center, and to be honest, it was too much to calculate in rapid. I do think rapid's a very unique time control because you have enough time that if you make a mistake, you're probably screwed, but also enough time that if you do make a mistake, you might not always be screwed. Okay, so knight c3, bishop here is a mistake because of takes and takes, but apparently I'm supposed to play queen d4, which is interesting because my idea was queen g4, but it's not as powerful. Knight f6. So if I come queen d4 and they come knight f6, what's the big deal? Ah, look at this. Difference in tempo. The queen's not being attacked. So here I'm able to further push. We play here, and yeah, they pretty much just have to return home. They do try come here. Ah, we got g4. g4 trapping the knight. That's quite nice. Okay, there's c5 to delay it. Queen back. And yeah, goodbye knight. Goodbye knight. That's actually a very educational idea here. Okay, it doesn't love my bishop d2. It was really rooting for queen d4, even queen c2 or bishop d3. Makes a bit of sense. I'm kind of, you know, losing a bit of development here. Bishop d3 is probably a little bit more accurate as well, because then I can castle. But hey, you know what? These things happen. This is a miss. It's a miss because of d6. So AI coach is telling me that queen d4 was the only good move for me here, which, yeah, unfortunately it does make sense, and I didn't even consider it. Just gonna be honest. These things happen. But hey, you know what? Bishop d2, I'm still slightly better. Okay, apparently a3 is a great move. Let's go. Let's go. It definitely wasn't my first move consideration. I think I was thinking bishop d3. But this just feels wrong. Putting your pieces on squares that aren't defended, especially when it's not really actually doing anything besides allowing me to castle. Not always the nicest, but I could be completely wrong about the idea here. I mean, apparently it's the top. It's the third computer move, but a3 just, it makes more sense because you're forcing black to either go back or take your knight, and they probably don't want to take the knight because then they put your bishop onto a very, sorry, my arrows are terrible, onto this really nice diagonal. Now apparently I want c5. My guess for this, for c5, would be it stops potentially the queen coming in here. The bishop getting onto this diagonal. It's also to prevent d6. Okay, I mean, I guess I didn't see d6 as such a threat. b4, it's an inaccuracy. Okay, I stand corrected. The position is apparently calling for c5, according to Stockfish. Makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. You're just, I guess, taking away these squares for the bishop. That would be my understanding of it, as well as d6 ideas. But I think b4 is the more natural looking move. Apparently bishop b6 is alright. Oh, I assume because if we do go here, d6 now is extra supported. And I would not put my bishop here on d3. It's just what the computer said. I would have gone bishop e2. Anyway, we are getting lost in the source. Let's see what actually happened. Bishop here, it did not like. Now, I have to admit, playing bishop e3 felt off, but at the same time, to me, if I feel like it makes sense. We're opening up the queen. Yeah, now looking at bishop e3, it does seem like a bit of an unnecessary move. Apparently g3 is the right idea. I assume it's to help get your bishop out. This makes a lot of sense, actually. So the overall idea is that black wants to play d6. So bringing a bishop to g2 does make this diagonal weaker, because suddenly d6 isn't supporting c6 anymore. So that's an idea, and that's also another way to kind of really solidify stopping black from pushing in the center. So this is actually very educational for me. It's giving me some great ideas. It's almost like you should go through your game and analyze after you play it. It's almost like it's useful or something. Okay, bishop e2, great. We're in a normal position. I've lost any sort of advantage I had. d5 did seem very, very aggressive for sure. Okay, d5. Even Stockfish now says that they're both equal. I don't know how this is an inaccuracy when they're both leading to point 4 positions. Again, it is Stockfish computer nonsense. My guess would be it opens up this diagonal. Okay, castles, bishop here. Wow, it hates knight a4. Okay, it doesn't hate it. It definitely wasn't my first consideration. Bishop f3 is apparently a lot better here, which makes a lot of sense. But hey, knight a4, you know what? I think it's creative, and it actually led me to winning the game. Yeah, okay, yeah, queen b8 I did think was maybe a bit unnecessary, just because I am able to easily defend. Oh, I've pressed the wrong button. So knight f5 was the move here. I would have come here, which apparently isn't. I mean, yeah, like, where's this knight going? Now I've brought my knight to a4 for no particular reason. I would have to come back to bishop d2, and now I'm kind of just tripping over myself, and black's actually got a bit of activity here. Luckily, that didn't happen, and I was able to really secure my knight c5 idea, and then here I was able to take this pawn, and unfortunately it does kind of collapse here. And yeah, my opponent resigns there. Okay, so I guess looking at that game, there was some educational points for sure. For me, the most educational moment of this game was queen d4 versus queen g4. Definitely, I will be taking that under the belt. I will be keeping that in my brain, storing that for later, for some, you know, future game. Because I love chess. You learn about a line, and then you don't have to deal with it for another like 2 years. Until 2 years later, you have to play a game and you've completely forgotten the line. Thank you all for watching. Hope you learned something. Hope I didn't make your chess worse. That would absolutely suck. Make sure to check out my Twitch, Sophie Davis Chess, where I'm live nearly almost every single day. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff. I appreciate your time here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!